Welcome to KJZZ Explains. We're kicking off a new political series in which we break down political buzzwords and how they relate to Arizona. We're calling it Super Tuesdays. I'm Katie Campbell and I'll be your guide. This week we're talking, what else? Impeachment. In December, the U.S. House of Representatives voted along party lines to impeach President Donald Trump. He's not the first president to go through this. 2 decades before him, there was Bill Clinton. 130 years before that, there was Andrew Johnson. And Richard Nixon, of course, sort of did this dance in 1974. Nixon resigned before the House could vote to impeach, which was almost certain.
I have fought for what I believed in.
But both Clinton and Johnson were able to serve out the remainder of their terms despite their impeachment. And Trump will likely do so as well. If I just left you with a whole lot of questions, don't worry. Our resident contrarian, Kathy Ritchie, is here to help.
Hello. So, I know I have questions, so let's start with the obvious. If Trump has been impeached, why is he still in office? A lot of people seem to think this process equals removal from office.
Impeachment does not equal removal from office. Not on its own, anyway. The U.S. House of Representatives votes to impeach, which essentially means to charge an official. The Senate then tries the case and votes on whether to convict. Only then would Trump or any other official be removed.
Has anyone ever been removed from office?
Not a president, but other federal officials have. Plus, an official here in Arizona has been impeached and removed from office. While Trump is enjoying party loyalty from his fellow Republicans, former Governor Evan Mecham wasn't so lucky. He was already pretty unpopular even in the GOP when he won the governorship. And not long after he took office in 1987, he lost the few allies he did have. Just 6 months into his short-lived term, a group of Republican legislators dubbed the Dirty Dozen publicly broke with Mecham, and a recall effort soon followed. But a recall election never happened. Instead, he was found to have loaned his car dealership $80,000 in public money. That ultimately led to his impeachment on charges of obstruction of justice and misusing government funds. And he was removed from office just 15 months after he got there.
But what happened after he was removed? Did Arizona have to elect a new governor?
Sort of. Unlike other states, Arizona doesn't have a lieutenant governor to take over in these cases, like the vice president might for the president. But we do have a secretary of state, who is in charge when the governor is out of state. Or, out of office. In the Mecham case, then Secretary of State Rose Mofford took over.
Let's go back to what's happening now, Katie. Let's say the president's removed. Could Vice President Mike Pence get caught up in this too? And if so, then what?
The vice president could face charges related to the call with Ukraine that got President Trump in trouble. That's highly unlikely at this point. But if Pence was also removed for the Ukraine call or something else entirely, the Constitution calls for the House Speaker to take over. In this case, that would be Democrat Nancy Pelosi. And whoever ends up in the position, if Trump stays in office or is replaced by the next in line, that person would serve until the next presidential election this year. They'd have to run to keep the job beyond that.
Okay, so let's cut to the chase. Just how long will this process take? Tick-tock.
We don't really know. It could be over any day now. Or it could extend into the November general election. So short answer, Kathy, I just don't know. And if you want to find out, you'll have to stay tuned to KJZZ for what happens next. Hey there! Thanks for watching this episode of Super Tuesdays. Stay tuned for the next episode. And if you liked this one, please share and go to kjzz.org for more.